Welcome to General Program Requirements Training. This training is applicable to anyone who's involved in the oversight of the school nutrition programs. This includes NSLP, SBP, and SFSP. In this training, we will be covering standards for the following general program requirements: water, food safety and storage, Buy American provision, and school breakfast and summer food service programs outreach. Starting with potable water, defined as clean contained water. During meal service, students must have access to free potable water. The water requirement for breakfast only applies when breakfast is served in the cafeteria. Program operators are not to promote or offer water or any other beverage as an alternative selection to fluid milk throughout the food service line. Examples of potable water include drinking fountains, water dispensers, and bottled water, so long as it's free. Food safety. Food safety requirements include having available a food safety plan at each school, accessible to all the staff, the most recent health inspection report posted in a place accessible to the public, so not, hidden in the kitchen, previous health inspection reports. So 2 health inspections are required each year. So during administrative review, if both inspections have not been completed, we, the state agency, will review the previous year's health inspection reports, so they need to be available. Recorded refrigerator temperatures and recorded food temperatures also need to be available. Food storage. Each school food authority is required to ensure that facilities for the handling, storage, and distribution of purchased and donated foods are properly safeguarded against theft, spoilage, and other loss. Please ensure that the temperature is appropriate for the applicable equipment, that food is stored 6 inches from the ceiling and 6 inches off the floor, the food storage facility is clean and neat, canned goods are free from bulges, leaks, and dents, chemicals are clearly labeled and stored away from food and food-related supplies, open bags of food are stored in containers with tight-fitting lids. The first in, first out method of inventory management is being utilized. And make sure finally that there's no evidence of pests present. Next up is Buy American provision. Each school food authority is required to purchase food that is produced or processed domestically, and if domestically processed, done so substantially using domestic agricultural commodities. Substantially means over 51% by weight or volume of the final processed product consists of domestic agricultural commodities. Water is not a food component or agricultural commodity under the child nutrition programs. School food authorities in their solicitations and contracts are encouraged to obtain a certification statement for vendors or manufacturers, which may include something like, we certify that blank product is processed in the United States and contains at least this percentage of its agricultural food component by weight or volume from the United States. The school food authority is likely to carry some foods that are not produced or processed in the United States. In this case, please maintain some sort of documentation for international food items. The example shown here is an inclusion of Buy American provision in the supplier agreement with the food service management company. Alternative forms of documentation should contain the product item number, description of the product's country of origin, and the reason this product was not purchased nationally. Some common examples we see of foods that may be international products include pineapples, mandarin oranges, banana peppers, and bananas. The final general program requirement is regarding outreach for the school breakfast program and the summer food service program. Districts or schools must inform households of the availability of breakfast offered, the SBP, and the meals offered through SFSP. Typical methods for outreach are including program information in back-to-school emails or paperwork, posting easy-to-find program information on the school or district websites, posting on school bulletin boards, and announcing program information over the intercom. Be aware that even if your school does not offer a summer food service program, that it's still responsible for directing families to available meal sites for the summer. And there are a couple ways that you can do that. So families need to know that they can call 211, provide the representative with a zip code, and they'll be provided a list of local open meal sites, or school staff and families can use the Summer Site Finder tool to find open meal sites near them. So now that we've gone through the general requirements for the school nutrition programs, let's touch on the responsibility of the SFA to monitor programs when RIDE is not there. So every school year, prior to February 1st, each SFA with more than one site must perform no less than one on-site review of the meal counting and claiming system and the readily observable general areas of review in each school operating the National School Lunch Program and 50% of the schools operating the school breakfast program under its jurisdiction. See the most up-to-date monitoring forms under Download Forms in CMP Connect, linked here. So the readily observable areas referred to in the monitoring forms include health inspection, meaning whether any health inspection has been done so far in the year, or if it's posted in the appropriate place. Smart snack requirements if you do sell a la carte items. Free potable water. Record keeping requirements. Whether verification is happening on time. Whether the "And Justice for All" poster is in the right place. Whether trainings are happening and being recorded and documented appropriately. School breakfast program and summer food service program outreach, and wellness policy requirements. If the review discloses items with a school's meal counting and claiming procedures or any of these general review areas, the SFA must ensure that the school implements corrective action, and within 45 days of the review, conducts a follow-up on-site review to determine that the corrective action has resolved the problems. A reminder that it's always better to find out if there are weak points in your program's operation before you're reviewed by us. Additional school nutrition programs. So you may also be already operating informal snack or meal programs after school, on school breaks, or even in the summertime to fulfill a need in your community. So let's take a look at some of the additional programs we offer and the potential for reimbursement. I've presented these programs in a versus format so that you can see what fits for your school, what for your district. So the seamless summer option. It's the same meal pattern as the National School Lunch Program and the School Breakfast Program. So that's easy enough to remember or to know. It's only eligible for existing SFAs already administering one of those programs. And for the reimbursement rate, All eligible meals provided under SSO are reimbursed at the NSLP/SBP applicable free rates for the school year beginning July 1st of the prior calendar year. Whereas for the summer food service program, there's a unique meal pattern that needs to be learned. This is an eligible program for SFAs, local government agencies, private nonprofit organizations, unis and colleges, community and faith-based organizations, so more than just SFAs already offering NSLP or SBP. There are mandatory trainings required for the summer food service program, and there are reimbursement rates that change on a yearly basis. The benefits of the summer food service program are that they have a higher reimbursement rate, right? And a simpler meal pattern. So if you have a larger group of students that need to be fed, this might be a better option, so long as you have the administrative capacity. SSO offers an exceptionally streamlined application process, which significantly reduces the administrative burden of the program, and there's not a lot of training that goes along with that. Just a note, if the summer program is academically mandatory, NSLP and SBP are the only available options. These are for non-mandatory summer programs only. So let's now discuss the differences and similarities between the after-school snack program and the CACFP at-risk program. Quickly, let's define what area eligible means. Sites are area eligible if they're located at a school or in the attendance area of a school where at least 50% of the enrolled children are eligible for free or reduced meals. In the after-school snack program, you do not have to be an area eligible site to participate, but for the at-risk program, you do. Both programs must provide educational or enrichment activities in an organized, structured, and supervised environment after the end of the school day. After-school snack program is limited to only providing snacks, whereas the CACFP at-risk program may provide snacks, meals, or both. The after-school snack program can only occur after school, but the at-risk program can happen after school, on weekends, and school holidays. Both programs need to attend annual training offered by RIDE, but at the end of the day, the after-school snack program is less administrative work, whereas the CACFP at-risk program, meals can be served in addition to snacks, and you have more control over the snack program. And it might make more sense financially because you're working with the highest rate of reimbursement for all snacks or meals served if you're working with an area eligible community. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns on general program requirements, please feel free to use the information in the next slide to contact either myself or someone else in the Child Nutrition Program Department. Links for the resources referenced in this training are listed here.